Okay. So we are still in the first chapter. We have completed um, the first shloka, Dhritarashtra's questions to Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra asks, "Hey Sanjaya, what is happening in the battlefield? What my sons, that is Kauravas and Pandavas, are doing?" He was discriminating, my sons and Pandavas. And Sanjaya, who has a special power because of his mercy of his guru, he was able to envision what is happening in the battlefield. So he was communicating to Dhritarashtra what is happening in the battlefield. So first, he was talking about what Dhritarashtra's sons are doing, and then he is talking about what Pandavas are doing. And within that, the second topic is where we have left off last week. We completed until 8th shloka. Duryodhana went to his guru Dronacharya. He was surprised to see a big army, and then he started comparing the strength of Pandavas and his army out of fear. So that is what is happening in the second topic. We are still on the second topic. We have completed shloka until 8 shlokas. So let me quickly go over these shlokas. If you have at any point in time, if you have any questions, please raise your hands, or we can discuss at the end of the session. So we have seen this. Dhritarashtra was doubtful of his victory since the battle is happening in the Kurukshetra, which is also a place of righteousness. And Duryodhana went to his master, Drona, and started comparing the armies, right? So there are 11 Akshohanis under Kauravas, right? And there are 7 Akshohanis under Pandavas. Out of 7 Akshohanis, 1 Akshohani is a Narayani Seva that belongs to Krishna. Krishna gave, I'm sorry. Let me revert it. So here, 1 Akshohani is a Narayani Seva, Narayani Sena. But here, Arjuna took Krishna to his side while Duryodhana took Narayani Seva on his side. It is like, that shows Duryodhana is more of materialistic in nature, but Arjuna is more of spiritual in nature, right? Arjuna wants Krishna. Though Krishna say that he is not going to fight, he is not going to take up any arms or weapons, but Arjuna still wanted Krishna because he is a devotee of Krishna. That shows his spiritual inclination. But on the other hand, Duryodhana, he is materialistic. He is just counting numbers. He wants 1 Akshohani from Krishna. He was more materialistic nature. So that's the reason Duryodhana took the army of Krishna while Arjuna took Krishna himself, right? So that is the mentality of mentality of Duryodhana and Arjuna. Other thing I want to say is that Duryodhana means Duryodhana. Dur means wrong cause. Wrong cause. Yodhana means struggling. So Acharyas explain Duryodhana as a name itself, it refers to somebody who is struggling for a wrong cause, right? They are like, in one way, we are also like Duryodhana in the sense, Duryodhana, Duryodhana is more materialistic in nature. He wants name, fame, money, everything. But at the end of the life, nothing will be there, right? is struggling very much for a wrong cause. The same way, right? We can earn name, fame, money, house, everything, but at the end of the lifetime, we may not have anything. But of course, we need money and everything. But that should not be our only aim for life. That is what the Acharyas explained. Still.
The reason means wrong, struggling for a wrong cause. Why did his parents name him that?
Yeah, it happened, a coincidence. Okay. Okay, then, Duryodhana was talking about the Pandavas army, and he's naming one by one of Pandavas army, right? One by one. Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashiraj, Purijit. They're all the great warriors of Pandavas. We saw that last week. And he further explains, other people like Udamanyu, Uttamauja, they're all the warriors under Pandavas. Now, in the shloka, it's starting from shloka 7, it talks about his position, his army. Right? Now he's talking about Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Aswatthama, Vikarna, Swamadatta, Bhurishrava, everybody, about his army. He says, Dronacharya, not only Pandavas, we also have a lot of warriors. See, we have you, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, everything. And out of which we discussed last time, right? Kripacharya and Ashwatthama are immortals. They live forever. Now we are completed up until shloka number 1.8. Now we will focus on shloka number 1.9. And if possible, please recite after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Okay, now we will start with the shloka number 1.9. Anyone wants to try reciting this shloka? Of course, next month I will spend some dedicated time in front of at every class on the pronunciation, so that you are also get used to the authentic Sanskritam pronunciation with proper meter. But if anyone would like to repeat after me. Srinidhi, you want to repeat first? Anye cha bahava shuraha.
ये च बहवः शूराः
मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः
मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः
नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः
नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः
सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः.
सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः.
Okay, thank you, Srinidhi. Anyone wants to read this translation, please?
I'll go.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
There are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kind of weapons, and all are experienced in military science.
Thank you, Anshuji. So now he's talking about, he pointed out few warriors in his army. After that, he's switching to saying, not only then, there are many other heroes, right? He's talking as if Dronacharya does not know about his army. Dronacharya, is a great archer, is a guru. He knows Gaurava's army. He's indirectly saying, apart from you, I have others as well. If you have some special inclination to Pandava, since they are also your disciples, your students, I have other people to. So that is one meaning, mentioning that there are other heroes. The other things is right. they are prepared to lay down their lives. Right? That's a very important point that the acharyas point out. Right? I have many other heroes, warriors, who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. He's already declaring that his army, will lay down their lives. He's already concluding that they are going to sacrifice their lives for this sinful person Duryodhana. Right? This is one of the signs of victory for Pandavas. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Maye vaite nihatav purvameva nimitta matram bhava savya sachin. In that chapter, Krishna is saying to Arjuna in that shloka, Arjuna, I've already killed all these Kauravas, all these demonic people, right? You just be an instrument in my hands. Because Krishna can kill anybody just like that. But he wants to give the glories, he wants to give the name to his devotees. Right? So that's what he was saying in that chapter. I've already killed. In the Vishwarupa, Arjuna is seeing that all the warriors, everybody getting into the mouth of Krishna in the Vishwarupa darshan, Vishwarupa form. It was so, fearful form when Arjuna was scared. And then Krishna was saying, I've already killed everybody, all the, people there in the Kurukshetra. You just be an instrument in my hands to kill them. So likewise, here Duryodhana, knowing or unknowingly already saying that his army is ready to lay down their lives for his sake. Right? And that is one of the conclusion. So at the end of Mahabharata, there were only 5 Pandavas plus one grandchild of the Pandavas, one grandchild of Arjuna left. And few other people like Kripacharya and Ashwatthama, only few people left. But rest of the people are killed. So in Mahabharata Yuddha, war, there were around 2.4 million people in Kaurava side. If you calculate those akshahanis that was a previous slide, if you multiply everything, and it comes to 2.4 million people. And in the side of Pandavas, there are around 1.5 million Pandava army. So out of these people, most of them have been killed. So that is the meaning of this shloka. It's just saying there are many other heroes in my part. So this is what Duryodhana is comparing his army, the Pandavas' army with his army. If you calculate the number of people, warriors that he has pointed out in the shlokas from Pandavas, there are around 19 people he has pointed out in Pandava's side. But he has pointed out only 7 people in the Kaurava side. He has pointed out Vikarna, and he has also pointed out Burish Rava. He has pointed out only 7 people, but he has pointed out around 19 people on Pandava's side. Now, it's also, it's not balanced, but in Kauravas, there are a lot of people, but he could not pick out those names. So the acharyas explain that in this side, there is a dharma, but in this side, there is adharma. Right? Dharma is here, and in this side, Krishna is also here. Most of them are spiritual people. All the Pandavas are spiritual. So even if we don't have a power, right? If we don't have a wealth, to fight against people, right? But if we are following the path of Dharma, and if you have surrendered to Krishna, if you are, have a devotional service to Krishna, right? We will win. That is the meaning of this. See, Bhishma is a great archer. He is also a great devotee of Krishna. And Drona is also a great devotee of Krishna. But they are on the opposite side. That is to show, even if one is a great devotee, if one is a great person, but if he is on the path of adharma, he will eventually can't win. So that is the reason Krishna has positioned Bhishma and Drona on the other side. Because Bhishma is a great devotee of Krishna. He is the one who has written and recited Vishnu Sahasranam. One of the important thing here to note is that I think I may be going in depth. Let me stop here. So Dharma is on the other side, and Adharma is on Kaurava's side, and Krishna is on the Pandava side. And here, these people are spiritual in nature, and they are less spiritual in nature. So when we are more spiritual and when we are following the Dharma, naturally, Krishna will favor us. And if you surrender unto him, and if you are doing devotional service, you know, Krishna will support us. Only Krishna is enough, right? Nobody else. See, he has Bhishma, Drona, nothing, nobody could help him, help Duryodhana. So in a lot of cases, right? For example, we will think, right? A father will help. We will think my brother will help. We will think my husband will help. But here the Acharyas explained, even in the case, if any of them do not help, only Krishna can help. Only Rama can help. Only they will be on our sides as a father. I said, father, even if father does not help, take the case of Prahlad Maharaj. His father, Hiranyakashipu, wanted to kill Prahlad Maharaj, but only Lord Narayana saved him. In case of brother won't help, like Vibhishna's brother Ravana tried to insult Vibhishna and thrown him out of the country, but only Rama helped. In case of whether we think the husbands will help, Draupadi has 5 husbands, none of them helped, but only Krishna helped. That too, she was fully surrendered. She was holding the hand and the sari. Till then, Krishna did not help because Krishna wants a full surrender. As long as we hold something that I am doing, I can do it. Krishna may hesitate, but once we release Krishna, I surrender to you. There is no other way. Only when Draupadi released both of her hands and said, Achyuta, Keshava, Dwaraka Nilaya, Govinda, then Krishna, I gave her the sari. That's a full surrender, right? Even in case of Sugriva, his brother wanted to kill Sugriva, but Rama helped. So when we have full faith in Krishna, when we surrender to Krishna, right, Krishna will help. It is like indebted. When we say Namaha, Namaste, when we say Harinam, when we say name of Krishna or Rama, the Krishna is indebted to help us, indebted to guide us, indebted to, help us to come out of this cycle of birth and death, this samsara, right? So when we pray to God, when we do devotional service, uh, now, for each and every yuga, there is a yuga dharma. In the Satya Yuga, the first yuga, the yuga dharma was doing tapasya. There people lived 100,000 years. They'll go to forest and do all sorts of tapasya for salvation. In the in the Treta Yuga, people did yajna, a lot of brahmanas, and they will pour tons and tons of ghee and do very authentic yajnas. In case of Dwapara Yuga, people lived around 1,000 years where they did archana. But in the Kali Yuga, it's known for less lifespan, alpa ayush, manda buddhi, less intelligence, time of quarrel and hypocrisy. Everything is less. So Krishna has made it such a way just to do chant Harinam, for the salvation. So what I'm trying to say is when Krishna is on our side, we'll feel full. It is like, Duryodhana may have thousands of zeros, but Krishna is like a one. When we have one and followed by zeros, it makes sense. But if you have all the zeros without one, it does not count anything. So that is the point I'm trying to arrive at here. Pandava's army feels full with Krishna. Okay. So now, shloka number 10. Now, again, the comparison continues. Anybody volunteer to recite after me? Please try, just listen and then try it.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं
अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं
बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितम्
बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं
पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषाम्
पर्याप्तं त्व इदम् येषां
बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम्.
बलं भीमाभिरक्षितं.
Very nice. I think you are chanting very well, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Now, Duryodhana is comparing the army of, is getting into a little bit more detail in comparing the army of Pandavas and Kauravas. Aparyaptam, our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma. Whereas the strength of Pandavas is carefully protected by Bhima is limited. He's saying our strength is immeasurable because we have Bhishma who never lost any of the battle. He has a Icha Maranam. That means only if he desires, he can take death. Otherwise, he will live forever. But on the other side, Bhima, right? Bhima, when compared to Bhishma, is less intelligent, and but their strength is limited. But here, there is a discrepancy here. Bhishma is the commander in chief for Kauravas, but does anyone know who is the commander in chief for Pandava army?
Drishtadyum.
Yes, correct. So Drishtadyumna is the commander in chief. He's not comparing Drishtadyumna and Bhishma. He's comparing Bhishma and Bhima because Bhima is always like for Duryodhana, is always fearful of Bhima because Bhima took a vow in the gambling, when gambling happened. He said that he's going to kill all the 100 sons of Kauravas. He is going to break the thigh of Duryodhana. He is going to break open the chest of Dushasana, right? And then drink the blood, right? So he's always in fear of the Bhima. So that's the reason. Suddenly, it was always in his mind. So it came out. He's comparing Bhishma and Bhima. And it always happens, even in for us, right? Whichever is bothering us, that will come first. In the Bhagavatam, when Parikshit Maharaj was talking to the Kali Purusha, right? Each yuga has a Purusha. The Kali Purusha is the one who is ruling us, who is the cause of all this hypocrisy, quarrelsome, and everything. And Parikshit Maharaj said to Kali Purusha, you should not stay in this place as long as I rule this world. But Kali Purusha said, this is the wish of the Lord. I need to come. I need to make this as a Kali Yuga. And then Parikshit Maharaj said, okay, you stay in only these 4 places. The first place he gave was place of gambling, right? And the second place was place of intoxication. And the third place was place of where the animals are slaughtered. And the fourth place where the women are not treated well, where the women are insulted, or where they are not properly treated. So the first thing that he gave was Dutam, that is place of gambling, because it was bothering him. His grandparents suffered a lot because of gambling. So the first name that he gave was Dutam, that is gambling. So likewise, here Duryodhana was fearful of Bhima and he compared. The other, I just want to point out, here the aparyaptam has 2 meanings. One is immeasurable, right? One is immeasurable. And the other meaning is inadequate. So some acharyas consider aparyaptam as immeasurable, and some acharyas take like Ramanujacharya takes aparyaptam to be inadequate. He says, as if Duryodhana is saying, And our army led by Bhishma is inadequate, but the army of Pandavas led by Bhima is adequate, fully. Um, um, you know, there's nothing wrong because there can be two meanings to it. When Drona hears this meaning that army led by Bhishma is inadequate, Dronacharya will be happy that he has more responsibility. And when Bhishma hears that the army led by Bhishma is immeasurable, he will be happy. So it could be a double meaning, right? So it can apply both ways, right? So that's a reason. The aparyatam in Sanskrit, it's a little, sometimes a word will have two different meanings. Okay. And the next one is Shloka number 11. Does anyone want to read after me, please? Any volunteers? Please try. The reading the shloka is also uh, it has spiritual potency. You can just try after I read. Kavin Keshavan, do you want to try? Sorry, please, somebody is speaking. Kavin, do you want to try? Kavin Keshavan? Can you read this shloka? Okay.
अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि.
Okay, thank you, Keshav. Okay, does anyone want to read this translation?
I can try that.
Thank you.
All of you must now give full support to Grandfather Bhishma as you stand at your respective strategic points of entrance into the phalanx of the army.
Thank you, Priyanka ji. So now, see, yes, praised Bhishma, yes, praised Dronacharya, yes, praised some other warriors, but Duryodhana now he's a diplomat, he's a great diplomat, right? Now he wants to satisfy his other warriors who are listening there. Now he says, okay, now listen, Bhishma is an elder person, right? And when he's fighting in one direction, the enemy may, target him from other directions. So you all be alert and provide support to our grandfather, when he's fighting. So one of the reason is that, you may be knowing Shikandi. Shikandi was a lady, but during the war, she turned into a person. She got a boon from Lord Shiva that, she can kill in that birth, Bhishma. She can kill Bhishma. So that is also one of his thought process for Duryodhana. He was fearful whether Shikandi will come. So he was alerting his army. Now, don't let anybody to be near to our grandfather Bhishma. Just protect them. That is the meaning of this shloka. Now, let me go to Now, we are going to the third section of this first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. A third chapter, which shows the signs of victory for the Pandavas. There are some beautiful shlokas here. Okay, there are some beautiful shlokas here. Okay, I'm just checking time. Okay, now anyone wants to read this shloka with me? Trinity? Pradipa, do you want to read?
I can try, Prabhu.
Oh, please try, Vassal Prabhuji.
Tasya Sanjaya Nam Harsham
Okay.
Kuru.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
Kuru Vrida Pitama Simhanadam Vinadayo Chai Sankham Dadmau Prapta Pavan.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, that's your Sanjana. So if you see the picture, right, Duryodhana, on seeing the army, he went to his master Drona. He was talking, and then he was comparing the army. But Drona, took it very silly, right? This person is talking about is in fear. He did not respond anything. On seeing the discouragement of Duryodhana, um, Bhishma wants to cheer him up. So he blew conch shell. Does anyone want to read this translation, please?
Prabhuji, I can read.
Please.
After that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous.
Okay, thank you. So just to cheer up Duryodhana, because Duryodhana is an evil person, but anyway, Duryodhana is a grandson of Bhishma. He did not get any response or encouragement from Drona. So just to cheer him up, Bhishma blew his conch shell just to cheer him up. It was like a roar of lion to give Duryodhana a joy. But after that, on seeing Bhishma blowing the conch shell, the other army people within Kaurava, they started blowing their, other conch shells as well as, drums, bugles, trumpets, horns, etc., to declare the start of the war. So if you see, the conch shell is a very important item, right? Conch shell. Conch shell. Okay. So conch shell, we blow conch shell normally before arati, right? A devotee does blow conch shell before arati. But a kshatriya normally blows conch shell during a war. So for a normal devotee, arati is a devotional service. For a kshatriya, doing a war is like a puja. So that's the reason they blow conch shell. And conch shell, in general, it refers to Vishnu. That is an indirect meaning. The Acharya says that, Kauravas cannot win. So that's Simhanadam, Vinati Pratapavan. Pratapavan refers to a glorious person. Very glorious. Bhishma is a glorious person because he even fought with his guru Parasuram. His guru was Parasuram. He even fought with his guru Parasuram. And also, when he was in the bed of arrows, Krishna told Yudhishthir, if you want to learn anything about dharma, about righteousness, go and question your Pitamaha, your grandfather Bhishma. So that is when Bhishma delivered our famous Vishnu Sahasranam, right? So he's a Pratapavan, he's a glorious person. He's a Kuru Vriddha, he's the oldest person in the Kuru dynasty. Right, so this, we just read this one. Now let us go to the, okay. So this is a very famous shloka. It's like a picture perfect shloka. Does anyone wants to read this shloka? After me, I will read. Please. Okay. Tata Shvaiter. Is it Pradipa?
Yeah.
Please read, Pradipa.
ततश्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्कौ प्रदत्मतुः.
Okay. Does anyone want to read this translation, please?
I can read. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjun, stationed on a great chariot, drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells.
This is a very famous shloka. This is like a picture perfect shloka. If you see any book on Bhagavad Gita, you will always see, Krishna and Arjuna on the chariot, Krishna holding the white horses. All these pictures come from this shloka only. So this is like a picture perfect shloka. Um, you know, um, and so here also you see, right? Krishna is blowing the conch shell and Arjuna is blowing the conch shell. There are few things to note is that only here it is said divyao. Divyao means transcendental, divine nature. But when the Kauravas blew their conch shell, it is not divine. But here, when Krishna and Pandavas blow their conch shell, it is divine, right? Anything associated with Krishna is name, Leela, Nama, Rupa, Leela, anything, they're all divine. And even Krishna's associates are also divine, transcendental, right? That's why it is called as Divyau. And Tatash Vaiter Ahir. There are 4 white horses. They are talking about 4 white horses. These horses are given by a celestial musician Gandharva to Arjuna. But these horses can travel to heaven and earth. Mahati Sindhane Sthitau. This refers to the chariot. This is a golden chariot. This chariot was given by Agni Deva. So Agni Deva, once, it is said that he had an indigestion problem after drinking a lot of geese during the sacrifice. So he wants to eat the Khandava forest if you know the Mahabharata story, he wants to eat the Khandava forest, but Indra was protecting it. Then Arjuna fought with Indra and then let Agni to digest that forest, through his Agni, through his fire. So as a token of appreciation, Agni gave a chariot. This chariot can travel anywhere in these 3 worlds, and it can go up, down, all these things. So that's a very famous. That's the reason special mention of chariot. Here, the other thing is Madhava is very important. Ma means Lakshmi, and Dava means Davaha means husband. So who is the husband of Lakshmi? Krishna, right? Madhavaha. Ma means Lakshmi, Davaha means husband is there. And so Pandavas here refers to Arjuna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Pandavanam Dhananjayaha. So Pandava here, it refers to Arjuna. So if you see, there are few signs already spoken here. One sign is, the chariot given by Agni Deva. And the second sign, goddess of fortune is here. When Krishna is there, goddess of fortune will be there. And victory will be there. And there is another thing is, in their flags, they have Hanumanji flag. Hanumanji is here. Hanumanji is there, right? And the transcendental conch shells, all these are good signs for Pandavas. Yes, right. So when goddess of fortune will always be there when Krishna is there. Even in the Vamana avatar, if you see, he was a bachelor, right? Vamana avatar. And when he went to Bali Maharaj for asking for three feet of land, right? And at the time he asked Lakshmi, can you step down? I'm going as a bachelor. I'm right. And then Lakshmi said, when did I leave you? I cannot leave you. Then that's the reason he was wearing a putri, right? He was covering his chest because Lakshmi was there. And then, so Mahalakshmi will always be there wherever there is Krishna. So that is a sign of victory for Pandavas. See, the other thing is, he's a Bhakta Vakshala, right? Krishna is a Bhakta Vakshala. Krishna is a Bhakta Vakshala. You see, Krishna is from a higher, he's a supreme lord, but he acted as a charioteer for Arjuna, right? That's a very low position, but he wants to do it for Krishna. Arjuna is devotee. Now, when Arjuna wants to move right, he will press his right toe on the shoulder of Krishna. When he wants to move to the left, he will press his left toe on the shoulder of Krishna. See, it's such a great, Lord is accepted a lower position just for his devotee, right? That is, he is called as a Bhakta Vachala. He can do anything for his devotees. Like the same, even in Damodar Leela, the Supreme Lord allowed his mother to tie him, right? When we try to surrender, when we consider ourselves as a servant to Krishna, then immediately Krishna said, "No, you're not my servant. I am your servant." Right? When we surrender to Krishna, Krishna does anything for us. Right? If you know the Shakubai story, right, in the Panduranga, right? When Shakubai went to Panduranga temple, Krishna assumed her form and then did all the work for her family. This happened, a few hundred years back. So this is still there. When we surrender to Krishna, Krishna is indebted. So Krishna tries to serve us, right? But our position is always a servant. We should not expect Krishna to serve us, but our position is always as a servant to Krishna and do devotional service and surrender unto Him. Right? So that is the this shloka. Let me quickly go over. I will take 1 minute to complete. I just want to read this Nama Ramayanam every week, along with you, so that we also talk about Rama. Does anyone wants to read this shloka after me 3 times? So let us all read after me. Nama Ramayanam, second shloka. Kalatmaka Parameshwara Rama. What's the tune? Kalatmaka Parameshwara Rama.
कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम
Kalatmaka Parameshwara Rama.
कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम.
Yes. So here, this is Nama Ramayana written by Lakshmana Acharya in South, and it comprises 108 shlokas, and it is a summary of whole Ramayana. So when one reads these shlokas, 108 lines, they get the full benefit of reading the full Ramayana. So here it says, I take shelter in Sri Rama, who is the time and ends the supreme controller of destiny. So if you're starting from the birth of Rama, when he was born, the destiny of Dasharatha changed because Rama is time. And even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Kalos me. I am Kala, the destroyer of everything. So here, Rama is considered as the time and the supreme controller of destiny. So when he was born, the destiny of Dasharatha changed. When he went to Mithilai to marry Sita, the destiny of Sita changed. And when he went to Chitrakuta, the destiny of Bharata changed. The Hanumanji changed. And Jarayu, destiny of when Jarayu embraced Rama, and after that he fought and his destiny changed. Same is the case for Sugriva, Vibhishna, and Guha, and everybody. So Rama, when we associate with Rama, our destiny will change for good. So that is the meaning of this shloka, Kalatmaka Parameshwara Rama. I take shelter in Sri Rama, who is time and hence the controller, supreme controller of destiny. Hare Krishna. With this, let me end this class, and thank you for your time. If I misspoke anything, if I made any mistake, please forgive me. And thank you so much for your support. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions, any doubts, any clarification? Are we going in the correct phase? Is this phase okay? The pace that we are going?
Yes, this is good.
Okay. Yeah, you call
Yeah.
me as Srinivas or Prabhu, or or Senthil. Thank you so much. Any questions? Okay. Yeah,
No
I'm
questions.
recording.
No questions. This was good. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Please try to attend this session. Please come. This is a great devotional process that we are doing together. Please take time every week in this journey. Thank you so much. And regarding the video, I will try to upload the video. I have some technical difficulties, but I will try to create a channel or anything. I will upload the videos. Okay. No questions. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for your time. Have a great night. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you.